All right, it's your man DJ Alamo live and direct. Welcome, welcome, welcome. DJ Alamo TV, 24K mixtapes, hip hop weekly magazine. We do it all. I'm here with a great guy. He has a lot of things going on. His team is in the building with me. Introduce yourself. Let the people know who you are. What's going on?
What's going on? Big shout out to you, man. Thank you for having me. Big shout out to everyone watching, and to the people that you're gonna tell to watch. Right. That's the idea. Just spread the love. So my name is Jalen James, or Jalen, and I'm a music entrepreneur, to put it shortly. You know, that's just boom, right to the point.
And you know what's so crazy with the whole entrepreneur thing? It's like when you hear that, it's like the new thing. Like, oh, you rap? Oh, okay. Oh, you play basketball? Oh, okay. Like, it's like just the new thing right now.
Yeah.
Like, so break down to some people who don't know, because we do have these new generation who just be like, entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm an entrepreneur. And it's like, you haven't done anything to be an entrepreneur.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So can you break down to the people what an entrepreneur really is?
That's a good question. So I'm gonna start first of all with the obvious, right?
Okay.
The word entrepreneur actually comes from sort of like a businessman. It's a French word for businessman, right?
I didn't even know that. It's a French word, okay.
Yeah, it is a French word, entrepreneur. I just butchered it. First of all, I don't speak French. I just said it the way that I think they would say it.
Okay,
But that's
got
not.
you.
But anyway, it does come from France.
Okay.
Originally, and well, at the end of the day, we know in music we have known entrepreneurs our whole lives.
Right.
We just never called them that.
Okay.
So typically back in the days, they used to separate anyone that was doing business in music. They used to separate us from businessmen, right? So Wall Street, people doing real business. That was like entrepreneurs, people that left the corporate jobs,
Right.
started their own I guess idea and created something,
Right.
and then became successful doing it. That was a thing. But the truth is, that is no different than what Berry Gordy was doing back in the days. That's no different than what Puff Daddy, more recently, Jay-Z. Those guys are the real music entrepreneurs. Russell Simmons, these guys
Baby.
created. Yeah, exactly.
Master
Cash
P.
Money, all those guys.
Okay, got you.
Brilliant
got you,
entrepreneurs.
Got you.
And so the thing about it is that back, we grew up with most people telling us musicians, hey, just shut up, play your guitar, write your song, I'll take care of the business,
Mm-hmm.
And so we already know how that turns out,
Yeah.
And so the idea from in the last few years has been the moment that you put your picture, your video on social media, and if you don't, I don't know what you're doing, but the moment that you do that, you become a brand. You are a brand. So what happens when you have a brand? You got to monetize that brand. You have a business.
Right.
But in order for you to have a business, you got to have the mindset of an entrepreneur. You got to think like a CEO, And so most artists, again, they just stuck in the whole, I'm just an artist. I just want to write songs. I don't know nothing about business or math or this and that, whatever. But what we do is that we teach you that you don't have to. Because the idea is a real entrepreneur knows how to build a team.
Gotcha.
A real entrepreneur is a leader.
Right.
And so when you lead, and the way we do things is we lead, we do positive leadership,
Gotcha.
which is a whole very different than what the kind of music industry that I grew up in anyway. That was a whole different thing. But now the idea is that the new era, the new entrepreneur is truly taking care of everybody and is truly leading by a positive example, and more importantly understands that you got to build a team. Like, for example, I always say that the fifth Beatle is your video guy now.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds about right.
At the end of the day, that person that's out there filming the content and doing the video and posting the stuff.
He's part of that team too.
Oh yeah, of course, and just as important.
Right.
Because you can't get nowhere nowadays unless you are really taking care of that part of it. So again, a music entrepreneur is basically someone that builds their own business, creates their own team, it becomes a leader, and is able to succeed and eat from their dream, from their passion.
So at the same time, what made you even want to decide to become this entrepreneur, to do this specifically? What brought you to this?
Well, I don't think that this is something that you choose. I think that at the end of the day, again, I've been in the business for most of you. 99.9% of you don't know unless you're Latin, and if you're Latino, maybe you know or you remember my group Toque de Queda. I'm a pioneer in Latin music. I've been doing bachata music and traveling the world for the past I don't know how many years now.
Really?
And so doing my thing in that world opened my eyes. But what really opened my eyes wasn't the amazing experiences that I had traveling. That did open my eyes, but it wasn't everything. What opened my eyes was the fact that we did so much. And, you know, when you get screwed for money, and when you don't know any better and you don't know the business side of things, how to take care of your paperwork, for example, how to handle publishing, how to handle certain things that you know, as a young person, you're not really paying too much attention to.
You're paying no attention
Exactly.
to.
So when that happens, you know, and you find yourself, let's just put it bluntly, when the shit hits the fan, you know, then you either fall down and never get up, or you figure it out.
You figure it out.
And so I learned that when the shit hits the fan, you can't run. You gotta
figure it out.
Stay, face it, eat some shit. It'll taste better later.
Yes, it will. That's dope. So with that being said, I have about four Latin DJs on my DJ crew.
Wow.
Coalition DJs. And they're very instrumental to my team, to me, because of the diversity and the style and the openness that they have to everyone's music. You understand what I'm saying? So these are some of the guys that I'm going to bring up and meet with you.
Perfect.
Now,
so they would remember, for example, Lamento Boliviano, the bachata song that we put out back in the days. And
listen,
I
DJ a lot of events. I DJ a lot of Latin events. Let me tell you something. I get asked for bachata all the time. Yeah. But this is, and I'm gonna be honest now. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just know I got a whole crate, and I just listen. I'm like, all right, that sounds cool. Boom. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know the artist, but I know. Get it. Like what about I know I have to play this record all the time. It's a Mark Anthony record. It's like synonymous.
Legend.
It's from
that's our Frank Sinatra.
Got you. It's from the little one to the grandma. It's like, can you play this one? It's like Viva something.
Yeah. Vivir la vida.
There it is. I have to play it every event. Actually, I just played it last night.
Yeah.
So
it's got the song. The name of the song is a different name, I think, but the song says that.
Right. So let's move forward. So now.
So wait. So going back to, that's the reason why Music Entrepreneur was born.
Right. Okay.
Out of the necessity of, once I made it or began to really eat for my dream and travel, and Rachel and I created a successful company. From the very beginning, my goal was to teach others how to do that.
Right.
How to go back and really let them know the business side of the business.
So you basically are your own. You're a walking record label. You're a walking everything, basically, because to the average independent artist, because I like to help a lot of independent artists, you are really the new gateway to learning things, and to learning things that's in the business.
Yeah.
So if it was an independent artist watching right now, what will be 2 words you could say to them of some encouragement, or to tell them what they should be doing right now?
One, it starts with mentors, right? It starts with just know that you don't know shit. You don't know the answers, and that's a good thing.
Well,
the idea is very simple. Find someone or some people that you can reverse engineer,
Got you.
And so you go and right away offer your services, figure out how you can bring value to them,
right.
And then I guarantee you they're going to be like, wow, this person wants it.
Right.
I'm gonna work with them. Gotcha. And 2, I think that one very, very important thing is that when you hear of opportunities like the ones we're bringing right now with Music Entrepreneur Conference, the difference between a lot of let's say conferences or events that have to do with entrepreneurship and all this, or teaching the business or whatever. The problem is that, and I went to a billion conferences before we began to do our own thing, right?
Right.
So you go to these conferences and they're amazing. You see the people and they get on their soapbox and they talk about, yeah, we've sold millions of records, we've got X amount of streams, we've sold blah blah blah, this and that, whatever. Yay, great, amazing. They've done this, they've done that. Okay, amazing. They're selling the new software, the new instrument, or the new whatever, and you're like, awesome, I can use all these tools. But then you walk out and you're like, what's step one again? How do I build my brand?
Yes.
How do I start? Who do I call? For example, you know how I always say that every artist is at a different level, right?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, some artists are really actually so good they're ready to go touring today.
Right, right.
Some artists are past that stage. They want to get into syncing, licensing,
Mm-hmm.
and some are just starting out, right? So you got to know where you are. You got to really know what your needs are,
Mm-hmm.
and then you got to find a conference like ours, which is what we want to do in our conference, is provide the resources that you would never have access to.
Exactly. I mean, there goes the underlying bottom factor of it, because I was about to ask that. Well, what is the whole thing about? But that's it right there, because if I've been to a bunch of music conferences too, and I've never really learned much.
And you can't talk to the speakers after. You can't.
It depends on whose event that you go to and who you are.
Meaning follow up.
Okay, all right.
There's
The
a
follow
difference
up
between talking to them there.
Yeah, the follow up, they might not even.
Oh yeah, they'll give you the card. Yeah, let's do this, let's do that, and then wait for their call.
Yeah. There's no such thing.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree with that.
But we're doing different things, and one of the look, honestly, MECON, we call it MECON, or Music Entrepreneur Conference.
Right.
MECON is not a conference. I think it's not a conference anymore. What I'm calling it is a #opportunity factory.
Okay.
This is a place where you come and you actually meet the person that can take you on tour.
Right.
The promoters that are going to pay you to go to Russia. You come there and you're going to meet them there.
You are the
His name is Andre, by the way. What's up, Andre?
What up? I need to be on that.
And so you meet these kind of resources.
Right.
It's like coming to a fish market, you can buy all the fish you want. That's cool. But instead, we're going to take you into deadly catch. We already did the deadly catch.
And you could
And we're going to teach you how to fish.
Right. You're going to go get it yourself.
Yeah.
Got you.
Because we got the resources, we got the people.
And that's,
we don't already kissed all the frogs.
Right. Because, it's not to cut you off, but that is what I hear from a lot of artists right now. They're so lost. They're like, I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm just learning. I'm just this. Because a lot of artists, what I don't like is they'll jump in my DM and they'll send me a link and say, click my link. All I do is hit them with the emoji like this.
Yeah.
So now it sparks the conversation.
Correct.
So now they're like, well, I don't really know what to do. All right, give me a call, bro. I'm one of them. I'm guys that's like.
But you're one of the few ones that would actually
that's
engage.
What I'm basically saying. I engage. The only reason why I do engage is because, all right, listen. Who am I to tell somebody they're not a star? Mm-hmm. It's not my job.
Wow.
That's like, who can tell me I'm not a great DJ?
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? You can have your opinion, but it's your opinion.
Yeah, of course.
But again, I'm not the one to say, yo, you're never going to be a star. Or your music is not good enough for you to be a star. I'll never tell somebody that. I would just say, it just doesn't fit what I'm doing. But that doesn't mean that it's not good. That doesn't mean I can't listen in the car and ride to it. That doesn't mean that I can't, when that young lady gets in the car, it's like, your song gave me a vibe. Hey, babe, what's this? Because to me, women control the music right now.
Yeah.
If I tell some guys all the time, even because I deal with a lot of street rappers, and I tell them, I asked them, have you ever gotten in a car with a girl and she's playing something you never heard before, and you be like, who's that? And then the next question is from the male, how you get put on to that?
Wow.
And now we find out, I'd rather put 20 girls in a room with an artist and let them pick the records than having the random dudes, your homies from the block, everybody's going to tell you it's good.
Yeah,
they're not going to tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm that's the
and I love that. And I love that example. And you know who else is going to tell you the truth? I do this all the time. Those promoters that I'm talking about. Because I send it to them.
And they're gonna
and I say, is this going to work? And automatically they're going to let me know, you know what? This is not going to fly where we at, you know?
Right.
Now, so now if it picks up, you know, whatever, they push it, but
it should be good.
Yeah, it should be good. It needs to be good. And, you know, another thing is, like, you know, at this point where we are, to be honest with you, I'm not trying to teach you how to write a song. By the time you get to us, you don't know how to do that, then you're not ready for us, I think.
It's funny that you even said that, because my next question before we, you know what I'm saying, move on was going to be, if there was an artist, a DJ, a producer, a promoter, entrepreneur,
all of those are
trying to like find out what's going on this week in New York City, what are they going to learn? What are they going to learn?
I'm glad you said that. So one of the coolest things that we've done this year, and this I'm extremely proud of, because we worked really hard with our conference. It began as a series of talks first, and then eventually evolved into the conference that it is today. But one of the coolest things that we did this year is that we teamed up with Yellow Brick. And Yellow Brick is an incredible company. You guys can read more about it later. But with Yellow Brick, we did the first ever online course for the Clive Davis Institute of Recorded Music, and we partnered with Billboard Magazine. So what the course is called Music Industry Essentials. Music Industry Essentials is in the essence of, you know, when people start and they want to be in the music of business, sometimes they don't really know what they want to do in the business, you know? You mentioned a bunch of different careers in the business, right? And there's so many more that a lot of people don't even know. Yeah. So a lot of times people that have a passion for music, they want to get in the music business, and they don't necessarily have to be or want to be singers or rappers or producers, but they want to be something else. They don't know what. They just because they're like, oh, I can't sing, so I don't know. I can't be in the business. What can I do? Right, exactly. Right. But what Music Industry Essentials does is that we have a collection of 40 of the top, most influential, most important people in business, in any music. So people like, for example, Ryan Leslie, we've got in you know, Biggs Burke. You know, he's in it. Right. And so many more people that are telling their story from the perspective of what they did in the business, but they're also giving you the experiences, telling you the realness of what you can expect in those positions, in those situations. And again, from sound engineers to marketing people to executives to managers to whatever. We have it all. And we teamed up with NYU. So we have obviously professors that are going to teach you the structure of the business of music and everything else that has to do with music composition, other things that have to do with the whole spectrum of music. Right. And so I think that one of the best things that you can expect in this particular conference is that you're going to get to see in all these different panels that we're doing something in you.
Right, and I think that's what I'm looking at right here. These are some of the panels, all right?
Yeah.
So let me run down the panels for people that are looking that's going to go on this weekend, for some that we'll see and will be there in New York City this weekend. It has Making Money, which is sync opportunities, music and video games, create and nurture super fans, experimental marketing, publishing, and alternative revenue streams. Now, I know a lot about that also, because some artists don't know that if you are registered and you have BMI, ASCAP, or whatever, you could work out something whereas though if you're performing somewhere, you're getting paid for performing there. I just learned that because I do festival. I did a festival in Philly, a beer festival, over 20,000 people. It was my first time running the only hip-hop stage. Wow. So I did that this year, very successful, and that I learned. Some of the artists was like, yo, you know, I just got a check. What did you get a check from? He was like, well, I submitted what I did, and I submitted the songs, and I submitted the playlist, and then he's like, yo, I got $175. I was like, what? Yeah. So I didn't know, you know what I mean? Yeah. Some people work it out different ways, But those are some of the things that I've been learning to see that can happen with the music. You can make more money off it. Let me run into so you got the developing leadership. You have even Superman needs a Justice League. Build teams that last. Communicate like a boss. Personal and business finance and credit. Elevate your mindset. Going global. Global playlist. World collabs. Science of touring 101. E-commerce. Grow your international network. Building brands. Knowing your audience. Create content on a budget. Grow social media. Create brand equity. Build brand leverage. Now this is like this is everything right here. Like
this is your business.
This is your business. Like right here, I'm just looking at all of this, and as me as a DJ, I look at all this. Like I did my own BMI. I want to put out my own records. I get it. You know what I'm saying? So for me to see this is like, as an artist, why wouldn't you want to be here? Like you know what I'm saying? Because especially if you're an independent artist and you don't know nothing. This is the place to be. This weekend music entrepreneur conference. Oh, this is so dope.
For example, an example like that when you heard publishing there. Oh yeah, we're bringing Song Trust. Song Trust is going to talk about every aspect of how it actually works.
Wow.
And the ways that you can actually register. And by the way, the places where you're not collecting money, where you
can recollect that money,
where you think that you have it registered, but yet you're not collecting money from hundreds of possibilities, and the money's being left out there. And by the way, if you don't know what happens with that money at the end of what is it? Every so often they do it. When the money's not collected or dispersed. Do you know
Properly?
What they do?
Yeah, then they have to come back or something like that. What is I don't know what
in publishing when they don't when people after a certain time the money's not collected, they don't disperse the money to certain people. That goes back to who?
Oh, it goes back to the kind of, what do I say, not majority shareholders, but
the majority
AKA
labels.
The major labels.
The
major labels.
So the major labels are splitting
spread.
the labels. If you don't get your check, the labels are going to dinner on you.
That's right. I like that.
Basically, hey, look, you guys. Hey, you know what? Dinner on me tonight. Well, really on him, but it's on me tonight.
That's right.
So that's dope. So now, me as a DJ. Now let's talk about the DJs, and then I'm gonna get into some of the conferences that I've been to and the differences of some of these conferences. But with the DJs, how influential do you feel that the DJs are still relevant for music?
Wow. And growing. I think the DJs are going to continue to get bigger and bigger. Let me give you an example of that. So, back in the days, obviously, the house DJs, right? They were just
house
DJs, nothing. They were just people that were hired hands that would come in, do their thing, blah, 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 this and that. Little by little, they became a little bit more trendy.
Right.
Disco music and blah, blah, blah. And then Detroit, Chicago, kind of like underground stuff, right? And then eventually the raves kind of like really took it over,
right?
And whatever. But what is a Calvin Harris nowadays? I'm gonna give you one number: 63 million in touring this year.
Gosh.
This past year, right?
Louise.
So people like him are an example of what the DJ could be.
Could be, okay.
In our market, right?
Okay.
So our market, I mean like pop, urban, Latin, all those different type of markets. Because really our music is even more popular.
It is.
So could you imagine if the DJs figure it out and the DJs create a different way of doing it? As far as the infrastructure of how they put their business out there.
Right.
That's how the DJs did it. They worked with owners of venues, those house DJs, and they became household names.
Right.
you know,
because some of these guys are getting 20,000 a night.
Yeah. Well, we have an example of that. You know, his name is DJ Khaled.
Very
right?
much.
So DJ Khaled, what has he done as a DJ, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, morphing into producer, DJ producer, and so DJ Khaled is a perfect example, and I'm super proud of him because I'm from Miami, so
right.
big ups to my guy. And so obviously very proud of what he has accomplished. Somebody else from Miami who's an incredible DJ entrepreneur. He has one of the biggest events in Miami called Irie Weekend.
Yeah, DJ Irie.
Yeah.
Come on now.
So that's my brother.
Okay.
So DJ Irie.
So you know Epps then?
Yeah, Epps. Oh, what's up, Epps?
I was just in Miami with Epps. He just had me at the Playhouse. I appreciate you, DJ Epps. You my guy.
Oh, yo.
And then he put me on for his birthday weekend.
Yeah. DJ
So
Epps.
I'll be out there for his birthday weekend.
We go back a long way.
That's my guy. Listen.
My Haitian family, all of them. I'm Dominican, but that's all my family.
Listen. I grew up with Haitians.
Yeah.
One of Haitians, one of my best friends lives in Miami. So understand.
Listen, I grew up. These were my idols. Do you understand? You have to understand that these were my idols.
And you see what they was doing, right?
Yeah, watching them do their thing, and all of them were always open and bringing me in and allowing me to be around and learn and shit.
And I think that's what hurts with a lot of the industry people. You're never gonna find a person like you and a person like me that could sit together and say, I'm here because I'm trying to help somebody.
Yeah.
You normally don't get too many people to sit in the same room like that, and if you do, it lasts, but it doesn't last for too long. Mm-hmm. So this is just a dope experience. Let's move on. Let me just say one thing about conferences, and then we'll move on because we want to keep this going. Now, with me with conferences, like I said, I've learned things and I haven't learned things. Mm-hmm. But one thing is that I'm one of those guys. If I go to the conference and I know Puffy's there, I'm gonna try to get close enough to just introduce myself.
Yeah,
like I need you to just know my name. You might not remember me, but you gonna look me in my eyes and you gonna remember. That's how I am.
Me
you know
too,
what I'm saying? So,
and by the way, that's an exchange of energy.
Exactly.
He'll remember. He don't know that he'll remember, but one day
it's going.
Yeah.
It's going.
It's gonna click.
It's going to click because it comes full surface like that. So, my thing is, I've been to the conferences, but I do a lot of DJ conferences. Mm-hmm. It's just more different with the DJ conferences because they have more just DJ talk because
and DJ equipment.
Right, because now. They have moved us DJs out of everything. They don't let DJs be on panels no more to talk. They don't let us give our shine and say, well, look, let us tell y'all about the problems we have in the club when somebody comes up to me and says, yo, can you play my record and play it off of here? Like you understand what I'm saying? It's like, where's the protocol? Can we get the 10 DJ commandments going? I want to start it.
I like that.
If you still don't steal that shit. We're gonna copy. It's already copyrighted. Yeah. Don't worry about it. It's beheaded by me and you. So that's how it's gonna go. We're gonna put this DJ commandment T-shirts out. We're gonna get all that going because it's.
You got my back. I got your back.
All right, say no more.
One hand washes the other.
We're gonna make that work because I'm here for the DJs. I have one of the strongest DJ communities in this area. Me personally, I could go to almost any city or state and I could pull up 3 to 4 DJs and go do what I want.
Wow.
If I could go get paid, I can go this. Like I said, I just called Epps. I'm coming to Miami. All right, I got you, Alamo. Whoa, send me a picture.
Wow.
And I'm on the party. You understand what I'm saying?
Perfect.
So I know a lot of DJs that cannot do that.
He's such a good guy. Man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So,
that shows a lot about you. And one of the biggest lessons that we teach in our conference is never burn a bridge. And that says a lot about you and the respect that you gathered from people. Because again, you're out there pushing and helping and bringing value to other people.
Right.
So people want to do that for you.
So that's what I mean. Let's I'm definitely coming. So we got to incorporate some more DJs, and I know y'all do have DJs involved with what y'all do. So other than that, we can move on. Anything else you want to run by and say?
No, I just really wanted to say that at the end of the day, I'm gonna leave you with this before I want you to get to know my partner. The reason, everyone should have a why, a reason why they really do something. We all do, we find that moment where we get our aha moment, right?
Right.
And we do that. And, once you do a little bit more research about us as a company and about me and what I'm doing, where I came from, well, I'm going to leave you with this. December 17th, 2 days after our conference, after our event, I'm speaking at Microsoft.
Okay.
For the Microsoft Changemakers. So I'll be the keynote speaker that night, 6 to 8 p.m. You got an RSVP. So it's
ball stuff.
Limited capacity.
Ball stuff. Yeah.
But I'll be speaking, telling my story, and I'll leave you with this. In a nutshell, 17 and a half years ago, I was probably one of you guys, you know, wondering how to break into this industry, how to eat from my dream, from my passion. And the reason why I literally was thinking about how can I eat from my dream is because I lived in a park. I lived in Bayfront Park. I was homeless, and I was washing dishes of bubblegum shrimp. And I remember thinking, you know, I'd go days without eating sometimes, and I'd be thinking, you know, like what if somebody could actually pay me for my passion, for my songwriting skills, for the things that I love to do, so I can buy groceries with my money, so I can eat from my dream, right? So I remember thinking, is that possible? Well, obviously, I was looking at people back then like Will Smith and Puffy and so many, Jay-Z, who's my favorite rapper, and all these different people that were doing it, right? And I was like, man, it must be possible. And if it is possible, then one day, if I ever get to do it, I'm going to teach other people how to do it, you know? And the fact is that it took only one person believing in me and giving me a book. And this book changed my life. More importantly, it changed my mindset.
Okay.
And within 3 weeks, by coincidence, nothing is coincidence, but by coincidence, I happened to see in a newspaper audition for an actor needed. I went to that audition, and it turned out that I became the host of the world launch of Microsoft Windows XP and the Xbox, the video game.
Wow.
The console. So I hosted that event. I was the host of that event. I introduced Bill Gates, Paul Allen on stage.
Wow.
And the DJ was a young man named DJ Irie. That was coming up.
Wow.
So that's how I ended up breaking. And then from that moment on, my career took off, and I've been all over the world now and all of that. So.
That's a story in itself, and you know what I mean. It's just a pleasure. Like I said, shout to my publicist. She doesn't let me call her that, but Kedra, you're on my publicist.
She is the best.
But she's not. But she is.
She's mine, definitely.
But
so.
yeah, she's yours definitely. She's not mine, but
Yeah.
that's like
Thank
she's
you
helped
so
me out a
much,
lot,
yeah.
and anything she asks for me, I'm on it.
She's it.
You know what I'm saying? So and then she just doesn't deal with anybody. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when she told me about everything, she wanted me to come. She invited me. I said I'm coming. I'm gonna bring some of my DJs on Saturday because most of them working Friday, so we probably couldn't come. But it's between Saturday and Sunday. We're gonna pull up. We're gonna show our faces. We're gonna come coalition shirted up. We coming as DJs to show our strength at the same time. And be, because we want to be a part. We want to help you. We want to do whatever we could possibly do to be a part.
And the other way around. And just know, for me, this is about quality, right? So if 300 people show up, excellent. If 50 people show up, excellent. Because what I want is, who can I help take to the next level? I don't care if it's one person out of those 300. It doesn't matter.
That's
to me.
all you
But
need.
what we want to do is make sure that people understand that whoever shows up, that means that they're showing up for themselves. And now it is our duty as a this is our ethos for our company, to take them to the next level.
That's what. You know what I mean? That's what's up, man. I'm excited. I'm excited to see everything that's going on. Everything you said. Is just an honor to just be in the presence. So let's move on. Let's meet your partner.
Likewise,
and
she'll tell you a little bit more about the company and everything else.
That's what we doing, man. You already know what it is. This next segment coming up. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Live and direct, man. DJ Alamo. I'm here. DJ Alamo TV. Boom.